Once upon a time, in a land where horses were mythical beasts, found only in the pages of books for children, it was common to see a unicorn. But not one this size. The Teeny Weeny Unicorn by Shawn Harris. The teeny weeny unicorn lived with his family in a large palace. For him, it was an extra large palace. The steps were extra large. The stoops were extra large. The rugs were extra large. The food was extra large. And the toys and games, too. When the Teeny Weeny Unicorn's brother and sister played chess, they used him in place of the missing piece. "Can I have a turn?" he asked. "You're too teeny weeny," said Fancy Annie. "I'll move you when I'm ready." She moved her rook instead. "Captured your pawn," brayed Prince Butterscotch. He knocked the Teeny Weeny Unicorn over with the butt of his knight. On nice days, their parents lounged on the ramparts while the kids swam in the moat. "Check out my splash!" Fancy Annie whinnied, and did a cannonball off the drawbridge. "Can I have a turn?" asked the Teeny Weeny Unicorn. "You're too teeny weeny," said Prince Butterscotch. "A gumball would make a bigger splash than you." Fancy Annie surfaced, spitting a mouthful of moat water. "You're so teeny weeny, you'd get lost in the lawn." The Teeny Weeny Unicorn stamped his teeny weeny hoof. "I'm sick and tired of being teeny weeny." And into the garden he ran, crying teeny weeny tears. When he tired of galloping, he cantered, then trotted, then walked. "I am lost in the lawn," he admitted sadly. Just then, a gnome came huffing and puffing through the grass. "I've been chasing you for ages." "Oh," said the Teeny Weeny Unicorn, "I'm sorry." "Sorry doesn't feed the bullfrog," she said, trying to catch her breath. The Teeny Weeny Unicorn was confused. "What bullfrog?" The gnome plucked a dandelion seed and picked her tooth with it. "I sure do pity giants like you, lumbering about, unaware of anybody but yourselves." The Teeny Weeny Unicorn was extra confused. "What giants?" She shook her head. "Follow me." No more than 10 yards back, they came to a sporty roadster, brand new, apart from the giant hoofprint. The gnome pointed. "See what you've done?" "You must be mistaken," said the Teeny Weeny Unicorn. "I am much too teeny weeny to smash a car." The gnome squinted up at him. "You're huge." "I'm not huge," said the Teeny Weeny Unicorn. "You're just teeny weeny." "Wrong," said the gnome. "I'm just the right size. Now put your hoof here and let's see if it fits." He was guilty, but also a little proud, but mostly guilty. "There must be some way I can repay you," cried the Teeny Weeny Unicorn. 250,000, said the gnome. "Dollars?" The Teeny Weeny Unicorn whistled. "Isn't that a lot for such a small car?" "That's the knock on it," said the gnome. "But she handles like a dream." "I'll have to ask my parents," the Teeny Weeny Unicorn said doubtfully. The gnome climbed onto his snout and mounted his horn. "Giddy up!" They galloped, then cantered, then trotted, then walked to the castle door. The Teeny Weeny Unicorn's teeth clacked. "Relax, kid," said the gnome. "I have a big brother about your size. He lives under a bridge. But if he asked, I'd give him the gold for my molars. Know what I'm saying?" "Sort of," said the Teeny Weeny Unicorn. "Family's family," said the gnome, and rang the bell. She also did all the talking. Unicorns, like most living species, have no use for money. But luckily, their palace had formerly belonged to a terrible hoarder of the stuff. The unicorns were glad to be rid of some clutter. A carriage was piled high with gold, cash, and coins. No one even bothered counting it. The Teeny Weeny Unicorn turned to Fancy Annie and Prince Butterscotch. "I would pull the cart," he said, "but I'm too teeny weeny." A footman appeared. "Your Highnesses, your harnesses." Fancy Annie and Prince Butterscotch grumbled with their noses in the gravel, while many buckles and bits were pulled snug. "When we get back," said Fancy Annie, "you owe us big time." Prince Butterscotch shook his mane. "You're lucky you're our little brother." "Family's family," said the gnome, taking the reins. And off she drove them, to wherever she lived. The Teeny Weeny Unicorn did feel lucky to have a big brother and sister. But that didn't mean he couldn't savor the days they were gone. Of course he played chess and did lots of cannonballs. He also had a great adventure with the ghost in the North Tower. But that's a bigger story, and this book is running short on pages. So I will tell you this instead. We are all teeny weeny. We are all giants. And we are all just the right size. The end.